Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us in a move that has shaken the very foundations of the NFL. Whispers have been circulating all week about a potential blockbuster trade that could redefine the landscape of the league for years to come. Sources close to the front offices suggest that the Philadelphia Eagles, under the strategic eye of Roseman, have been negotiating feverishly with the Minnesota Vikings to bring one of the most electrifying wide receivers in the game to their roster. The speculation itself is enough to send fans into a frenzy, imagining the combination of quarterback precision and offensive explosiveness that could be unleashed if Justin Jefferson dons the midnight green. Rumors indicate that this trade is not just a standard exchange of players or draft picks. It might involve a package so monumental that it could alter how teams approach negotiations for elite talent moving forward. Analysts are already projecting the ripple effects throughout the NFC, imagining defenses having to completely rethink their schemes, knowing that the Eagles might now have a receiving weapon capable of changing the dynamics of every game they play. The idea alone has sparked debates on sports networks, with former players and commentators speculating whether this is the dawn of a new dynasty or a high-risk gamble by a front office known for making bold, sometimes controversial, moves. Fans across social media are dissecting every snippet of information, trying to piece together the puzzle of what Philadelphia might have offered in exchange. From first-round picks to potential player swaps, creating a buzz that rivals even the most heated free agency rumors in recent memory. The suspense has reached a fever pitch, leaving the entire league on edge and setting the stage for what could be one of the most dramatic trades in decades. The intricacies of the potential deal are rumored to involve a multi-layered negotiation strategy, where both teams are said to be navigating the delicate balance of immediate performance versus long-term planning. The Eagles, having experienced near misses in past playoff runs, are reportedly willing to go all in to secure Jefferson's talents, envisioning a squad that not only contends but dominates across multiple offensive fronts. Meanwhile, the Vikings, aware of Jefferson's immense value, appear to be carefully weighing their options, considering whether to leverage this opportunity to acquire future draft capital or to restructure their roster in a way that preserves competitive viability for the coming seasons. Inside sources suggest that Roseman has been orchestrating this trade with a meticulous attention to detail, aligning both player incentives and financial considerations to ensure that the move could be sustainable, not just a headline-grabbing moment. Social media chatter has intensified, with fans speculating about how Jefferson would fit into Philadelphia's offensive scheme, imagining the possibilities of dynamic route running, explosive yards after catch, and highlight reel touchdowns that could redefine the team's identity. The sheer scale of this rumored trade has prompted experts to discuss the psychological impact on both locker rooms, with Vikings players reportedly aware of the looming possibility of losing their star wideout, while Eagles players are allegedly energized by the potential of a game-changing addition. Every pundit seems to have a theory, each more detailed and speculative than the last, with discussions ranging from the logistical challenges of the trade to the intangible effects it could have on team culture, cohesion, and fan engagement. It is the type of narrative that keeps sports enthusiasts glued to every update, waiting for a confirmation that might not come for days, yet fueling the imagination of millions who dream about what could unfold on the field. Observers who have tracked the Eagles' roster moves over the past few seasons note that Roseman has consistently demonstrated a willingness to embrace high-stakes strategies, often taking calculated risks that others might shy away from. In this rumored transaction, that pattern seems to be repeating itself in spectacular fashion, as the potential acquisition of Justin Jefferson is not merely about adding a talented receiver, but about sending a message to the league. Philadelphia intends to compete at the highest level, and they are prepared to do whatever it takes to achieve that goal. Speculators suggest that if this trade comes to fruition, it could prompt a domino effect across the NFC, with rival teams scrambling to adjust their rosters, draft strategies, and salary cap management in anticipation of facing an Eagles offense that could become unprecedentedly formidable. The very thought of Jefferson lining up alongside the existing receiving corps has fans imagining combinations of speed, agility, and route precision that could overwhelm defenses, creating mismatches at every level and forcing defensive coordinators into reactive, sometimes desperate schemes. Analysts are already theorizing about the possible impact on quarterback dynamics, suggesting that the synergy between Jefferson and Philadelphia's signal caller could elevate both players' careers to new heights, potentially rewriting narratives around performance, leadership, and clutch game execution. The rumors also raise questions about team morale and chemistry, as insiders speculate how veteran players might react to the arrival of such a high-profile addition. Whether the locker room embraces the gamble or experiences tension as roles shift and expectations escalate, the intense speculation has fans debating endlessly, weighing the potential for immediate glory against the risks inherent in a blockbuster trade, keeping the discussion alive across forums, podcasts, and news shows. The magnitude of this potential trade has reignited discussions about the evolving philosophy of team building in the NFL, as experts suggest that franchises may increasingly prioritize superstar acquisitions over incremental development. Philadelphia's rumored pursuit of Jefferson seems emblematic of a bold approach, one that combines opportunism, timing, and financial maneuvering to achieve what some consider almost unattainable objectives. Sources suggest that negotiations have been intense, with multiple rounds of proposals and counteroffers, highlighting the complex interplay between talent valuation, contractual obligations, and strategic vision. Observers point out that such a high-profile trade could influence league dynamics beyond the field, impacting marketing, merchandise sales, and fan engagement. As the allure of witnessing a premier receiver in a new, historically successful franchise captures widespread attention, the potential ramifications for player legacies are also being discussed, with Jefferson's career trajectory suddenly entering a speculative but tantalizing new chapter, raising questions about records, accolades, and historical comparisons. Social media platforms are flooded with projections, memes, and hypothetical scenarios, as fans debate everything from route combinations to potential playoff implications, turning rumor into a narrative phenomenon that transcends traditional sports reporting. Analysts speculate that the trade, if confirmed, might alter the perception of how teams approach negotiating with elite talent, demonstrating that front offices willing to embrace risk and creativity can reshape entire conferences and create a competitive edge that extends far beyond a single season. It is, in every sense, a saga of ambition, strategy, and the relentless pursuit of greatness, captivating audiences and keeping everyone on the edge of their seats. Speculation surrounding this trade has prompted former players and coaches to weigh in with their opinions, offering insights into the potential challenges and advantages of such a monumental shift. Many highlight the need for adaptation, suggesting that both Jefferson and the Eagles' offensive system would need to integrate seamlessly to maximize effectiveness, while acknowledging that the potential upside is staggering if alignment is achieved. Insider rumors hint at strategic conversations extending beyond the front office, including discussions with coaches, player representatives, and even external analysts, indicating a level of planning rarely seen outside of historically significant trades. The buzz has also drawn attention to the broader implications for contract negotiations and salary cap management, as teams may look to emulate or counter Philadelphia's approach, fostering an era of increasingly aggressive roster moves that prioritize marquee talent. Fans and commentators alike are enthralled by the possibilities, imagining explosive plays, touchdown reels, and highlight moments that could dominate social media feeds for weeks, if not the entirety of a season. Hypothetical discussions abound regarding game strategy, defensive matchups, and the recalibration of NFC power rankings, fueling endless debate about how other teams might respond in terms of drafting, trading, and reconfiguring offensive and defensive priorities. The rumor has effectively created a narrative that extends far beyond the transaction itself, touching on identity, ambition, and the ever-shifting balance of power in professional football. As the rumor continues to circulate, the narrative has taken on a life of its own, with fans constructing elaborate scenarios about game-changing moments that could define not just a season but an era. Speculation centers on Jefferson's potential role in Philadelphia, with discussions focusing on route trees, quarterback chemistry, and how his presence might open opportunities for other receivers, tight ends, and running backs. Analysts emphasize that the trade could force defensive coordinators to innovate, potentially giving rise to new schemes and strategies aimed at neutralizing a multifaceted offensive threat. The ripple effects could extend even further, influencing draft boards, free agency decisions, and the valuation of elite wide receivers across the league. demonstrating that a single blockbuster move can catalyze widespread change. Social media chatter reflects a mix of excitement, skepticism, and anticipation, with fans dissecting every leaked detail, imagining the locker room dynamics, and debating whether this trade would constitute a defining moment in the careers of everyone involved. The speculation has become almost cinematic, blending elements of drama, strategy, and athletic excellence, captivating audiences who are hungry for updates, leaks, and confirmations. In short, this rumored trade has transcended the typical bounds of sports news, evolving into a narrative phenomenon that engages imagination, expertise, and passion in equal measure, keeping fans riveted and the NFL world buzzing. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments and let's talk birds. The speculation surrounding Justin Jefferson's potential arrival in Philadelphia has only intensified as insiders hint at the magnitude of the strategic gamble the Eagles' front office might be undertaking, while some analysts argue that this trade could elevate Philadelphia to immediate contention status. Others caution that the price and draft picks, player assets, or cap space could carry long-term consequences, making the move both bold and perilous. Rumors suggest that Roseman has been meticulously calculating every detail, from offensive schematics to salary implications, envisioning a team where Jefferson's unparalleled route running and explosive yards after catch ability could redefine the aerial attack and place immense pressure on opposing defenses. Fans have taken to social media in droves, crafting elaborate hypothetical scenarios, projecting season-long stats, imagining highlight reel moments, and even debating the potential psychological impact on both locker rooms. Conversations are swirling about how Jefferson might integrate with Philadelphia's existing offensive weapons, and whether the synergy could create mismatches so severe that defensive coordinators would struggle to adapt week after week. Insiders suggest that the trade talks have been intense and multifaceted, involving not only player valuations but also intangible factors such as leadership, locker room dynamics, and fan engagement, all pointing to a move that could become a defining narrative for the franchise. The sheer audacity of the rumored deal has ignited discussions on the boundaries of risk-taking in the NFL, with speculation positioning the Eagles as a team willing to rewrite the rules of engagement to achieve historic success. Beyond the immediate strategic and tactical implications, the potential trade has generated intense debate regarding the cultural and psychological impact on both organizations. Sources suggest that Minnesota players might be grappling with the looming departure of a generational talent, imagining a season where defensive coordinators must suddenly adapt to a drastically altered roster dynamic. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's locker room is reportedly buzzing with anticipation, envisioning the arrival of a superstar capable of elevating not only team performance, but also morale, media attention, and national recognition. Pundits speculate that the psychological ripple effect of acquiring Jefferson could manifest in ways that influence training habits and game decision-making, and the overall confidence of players across all positions. Some insiders suggest that the move could redefine the franchise's identity, signaling a shift from incremental improvements to bold, high-stakes strategies aimed at immediate championship contention. Fans have embraced the narrative, discussing everything from touchdown projections to playoff scenarios, while commentators debate whether the Eagles are engaging in a calculated masterstroke or a high-risk maneuver that could backfire spectacularly. As rumors continue to circulate, the story has taken on a momentum of its own, blending tactical analysis with human drama, and ensuring that every conversation about the Eagles this season is framed by the possibility of one of the most impactful trades in NFL history. The fascination stems not just from the talent involved but from the broader questions it raises about ambition, risk, and the evolving strategies of front offices in a league increasingly defined by bold maneuvers. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.